Hi guys, so today we're having a look at a palette from Shein. So I was fascinated to see they had makeup. I haven't really ordered from them, but I put in a small order, including this Wild Heart She Glam Wolf Calls palette. Now this is, I'll just read what it says in the back. Inspired by the icy colours associated with the Arctic wolf, this cool guy here with the glasses that make me think of Simply Nailogical, one of the world's most endangered species. This palette does wonders for your glam and the globe. Enjoy a cool spectrum of blues and greys that are 100% vegan and cruelty free. Bonus, the cardboard packaging is biodegradable too. And they are donating to a wildlife charity for these palettes, which I think is pretty awesome. So they're planning on a $50,000 donation to an animal protection organisation, and these palettes are $6.49. There was other ones in addition to the wolf one, but this is the one that I wanted. So there's 10.2 grams of product in here. To keep it fully biodegradable, there isn't a mirror, but at that price you kind of can't complain. And there's 12 shadows in here. So they're like 50-60 pence a shadow, and we've got a nice mix of shimmers and mattes. And we've done our eyes with this today, and we're going to do a wear test. So let's see how the application went. Right, so I'm going to do the left eye with the P. Louise base and the right eye with the NYX Proof It base, just so that we can see whether it works better with one than the other. And yeah, this is one of those days where I apply my primer and see, oh, there's an eyebrow here I should have plucked, and there's another one. But would you believe when I looked yesterday thinking, should I be plucking these? No. Could I see any? No. I should just keep my primer with my tweezers. Just assume it'll magically make them appear. So, there were quite a lot of palettes to choose from, but I went with this one because, I don't know, it was just appealing to me at the time. You know, it's got all these kind of cool blue smoky shades. It doesn't have anything that I would use as a brow bone colour, so I'm just grabbing the Kiko eyeshadow that I'm using just now, which by the way has such a stiff packaging. Like trying to open it, I'm like jamming my nails in every day. I still need to buy a spare battery for this camera because I think the one that I've got is knackered for one thing. It would just be nice to have a spare. Okay, so I think I definitely want to use Bright Idea, Indigo Snow and the black. And then, yeah, we will have maybe a look at some of the other ones, because that grey all day looks really pretty. I just, you know, it's a very subtle daytime shade, I would say. And yes, okay, it's like, you know, before 8 in the morning, but I don't want a daytime shade. So, let's grab a fluffy brush and go into that Indigo Snow. So we're going to apply this quite wide in the crease, and then put Bite Black, which is a crazy name, into the, you know, the deepest part of my crease to deepen it up. So, well, that's a bit patchy. Oh, I don't think my brush was 100% dry either. Oh my god. I keep doing this. Right, I'm just going to take this fluffy Beauty Pie one instead. It's quite good because it's fluffy enough to blend, and you can put it sideways. And then you can kind of blow everything out a bit more. that's behaving better now. I think it was just my brush being damp. Last time I tried to buy my favourite brush cleaner, it was sold out. So now I've got a different one. It doesn't dry as fast. It's kind of driving me up the wall. My favourite one, by the way, is Primark. Not just for the price, but for the performance. Like I love it. Whereas the one I've got just now is from B at Superdrug, whose foundation I'm currently loving, but not their brush cleaning spray. So okay, so that's got a bit of a purpley tone to it, which I have zero objections to. We love purple. Okay, so I'm going to grab an angled crease brush and just go back into that same colour actually and intensify that where we're not totally blowing it out. I'm going to shape it down onto my lid as well. I really wasn't expecting this to be that purple. This eye's way darker. Okay, so now I'm just going to go into Bite Black. I'm just going to get it on the very tip of that brush so we've got a bit more control where we're placing it. And I don't really want this to show as like a separate black shade. I just want to add more depth to that crease. Yeah. See what I mean there, but just adding that depth. So next we're going to go into, I think, Bright Idea. I'm just going to swatch it just to check. Oh yeah, that's what I want. That felt really silky on my hand as well, so it's doing that weird creamy hard pan thing. This might be an apply with your fingers shade. This seems to be a trend right now. I can't remember the last palette I bought that had a shiny shade that worked well with brushes. In fact, I think it was the Nebula palette from Kaleidos, which was limited edition. It is a nice colour though. Okay, so I'm going to go and get my foundation and stuff on before I do any kind of lower lash or inner corner makeup. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back quickly. I've done the rest of my makeup basically. I'm going to put a tiny bit of this silver on my kind of inner corner area, just a tiny bit. So there's no sort of iridescent colours that I would normally use as an inner corner highlight. So we're just going to add that bit of silver instead. This is called Party Hill, which I kind of love. And then I think that Grey All Day colour, that and Chill Factor, which are darker grey, basically these two, I'm going to do for my lower lash line. So I'll start with Grey All Day, which is the lighter one, and we'll just kind of get a bit of smoke going on my lower lash. And then I'm going to have to run partly to charge my camera. By the way, this camera won't charge anywhere other than my computer. Like, I had it plugged in at the wall, it does nothing. It never has plugged in at the wall and worked, but I always go back to it just in case. Anyway, so this is my finished eye look. Clear my screen, which takes me forever. It is 5 to 8 almost, so I need to skedaddle and we'll see how this holds up. I'm not really seeing much of a difference between the P. Louise and the NYX eye, so that's good. And we'll be back. Hi guys, so back for a wee check-in. It is 20 to 3 and we've got a bit of wear in this. We are going on for the 7-hour mark just now, so I guess it's not too bad to have a bit of wear. It still looks really good from a distance. I can still see the colour on my lower lashes, but when I zoom in, I've got a little bit of fading increasing on the lid. So this is the side with the P. Louise base, and yeah, so you can see along here the dark colour is worn off slightly and kind of bunched down into the crease. Zoom in a bit further actually. Yeah, so you can see that line along there, and it's a little bit worse on the NYX side. I usually try to avoid touching up, but actually I think this is almost too bad and I want to touch it up. So I'm just going to quickly grab Bright Idea, which is the shimmer shade, and redo my lid, although trying to avoid my... Oh, I done this with my finger, didn't I? Did I? No, I didn't. I'm so lost. Because it's now starting to go that creamy way where it might have been better to use my finger. I genuinely can't even remember how I put this on this morning. That's how tired I am. Oh man. Right. Then, yeah, we'll just go in with the angled brush and the Indigo Snow. And that'll hopefully just fill in that area. And then we are good again. Yeah, that lid just doesn't look as metallic. Oh, the inner corner, I forgot I'd done a little bit there. It's quite faded on the NYX side, although I don't use primer that far in. We did try to go for a walk today, but it was a bit too warm and Flynn just wasn't. Flynn wasn't up for it, so we just came home. This eye just does not want to go back to the bright icy blue, does it? Huh. Okay. To be honest, this awkwardness and the creasing was kind of what I'd expected with these palettes. Just because, you know, Shein's not the most high-end of brands. Yeah, so you can see that shadow now is completely like gunk. Like, that's just... I've been getting more and more shadows of that consistency and I don't get it. I just don't get it. I just want normal. I want normal eyeshadow. We're still not managing to get that brightness back. Okay, I'm going to give up before I make a mess of my face. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that the way it is and we'll see how it goes from here. But we'll be back to check in more. Right, so just a quick one. It is just after 7 and I just wanted to quickly show you this because I'm about to go to a ballet class. I don't usually sweat like a ton, but it's very warm today so I might sweat more than usual, so I wanted to do a quick before shot of the eyeshadow. Oh, I've smudged my eyebrow. Oh no. Yeah, so it started to kind of break down in the crease again. And it's again worse on the next side, but we'll see how it does in the next, you know, nearly 2 hours probably by the time I'm home. See you in a bit. Right, so we're back. It was nice and toasty warm at Bali, which is a sort of half basement room. As you can see, my makeup is still okay, so I haven't been like running with sweat, but the eyes, they've really not done well. I mean, at this point, it is almost 9 o'clock, so I've had this on for over 13 hours. We've already had to touch it up once. It's already started creasing since that touch up before I went to Bali. And now you're at this stage. It just looks like I've tried to give myself a shiny black eye. It looks pretty darn bad. The lower lash line's still there, so maybe the mattes are better than the shimmers. But at the moment, I don't know. I mean, it is a very affordable palette, which always makes me want to kind of forgive performance a little bit. But no. I think the colour selection in this is so pretty and kind of unusual. Like that shade Chill Factor that I'd put on my lower lashes. That is such a nice shade of grey. And then Arctic Thunder is the blue in the top row. I mean, that is a pretty amazing shade. And I really wanted this palette to work out. Polar Excess. It's like a darker shimmery grey. They all look really nice when you swatch them. They just don't seem to have held up with either primer. A Silver Fox. And then I'm just going to stop because I'll just get sad because... Oh. Okay, if anybody knows a palette that matches this colour story that performed better, please tell me, because these shades are just absolutely beautiful and I want them. So yeah, unfortunately this is gonna have to go into the goodbye category. Bye, see you later. No. I'm really sad because it gave money to charity. It's a great colour story, it's a great price, the packaging's hilarious, but the wear just isn't there at all. So if you've got any questions, leave them down below and I'll get back to you. And I'm away to wash my sweaty face. It's going to feel so good. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.